Hi, welcome to Unique Spirits, where I am going to talk about healing. So, in meditation today, I realized I wasn't healed from something because I kept getting the same lessons. So, I'm like, okay, what do I need to deal with? So, I went back to today, I went in meditation and was like, okay, I know where this originates from. I've already dealt with the feelings of that. Let's go back. Maybe there's something I haven't dealt with. Well, this situation spans over like 5 or 6 events, years in my life with different people. And I'm talking like from 5 years old to 13 years old. Like, so there are big gaps in time in between with different people. And in going back, I was like, well, how the hell do I know when I'm healed from this shit? Like getting mad at spirit or the universe or the energy or whatever you want to consider it, and just being like, why the fuck does this keep happening? What the fuck is going on? And I went back into those feelings and realized that I went and I analyzed each part of those circumstances and those feelings, and I could empathize with the person that was interacting with me and why they did what they did. And, realizing they're on their own journey and they only know what they know. And, like just empathy and compassion for my situations and the processes of it. And that in that moment, I was like, that's how I know I'm healed. Like, I have gone through all of these situations. I've analyzed it down to the freaking nerve of it. And I was able to not feel anything but empathy and compassion for those situations now. I no longer feel like unworthy or hostile. Or now there was one in that situation I still have to deal with, but I realized that the root of it, like going back, I've healed that because I can now have compassion for that situation, which I think that is what healing is. Isn't healing love and compassion for all parts of you as yourself and how you got there and the situations that made you get there? Right? Like, so I felt like that was share worthy. So I consider this a spirit talk. And what this is pretty much I will pull some cards on, see what situation we get. Um, but I talk about what's going on and my processes, and I love to hear your guys' feedback, so down below, or hit me up, my email's down below. So our first card out is balance. Maybe that's personal balance. I mean, right now the moon's in Taurus, and that is about hermetizing and going in and really meditating on your own stuff. Being in a straight line, knowing, maybe not knowing, because if you notice, this is a straight line. So having like your ducks in a row, meaning knowing your path, however, not knowing what the outcome of those paths are, because it could go one way or the other. Just knowing you see a light, and that's the way you want to go. You see a direction. It's beautiful. I mean, isn't that how healing works? Once you've realized you've healed from a situation, it takes steps. I mean, shit, I think I've gone back to the same issue within myself. I don't even know how many times, but it's been like 2, 3 consistent years. Maybe once every 3 to 6 months, it'll be something I have to go back and look on. And every time, except for this time, I kept trying to wonder when I'm healed from it. I'm like, oh, I'm healed from it. Oh, I'm healed from it. Not really knowing or understanding. And then And then it was today. I was like, I'm not completely healed on one, but I am healed on the others. And it was like, I almost felt like I closed a door. Like, my ancestors were like, yes, high-fiving me, Like, I mean, however you believe, no judgment. I'm just saying it was just a very uplifting. Definitely took away the worry in, like, not that there was even really any worry. However, resistance. This is a card of resistance. Look at how many knives are there. I mean, fuck. Not letting yourself go down the path. Keep sabotaging yourself from getting down the path. Like, maybe take 2 steps forward and then fall back 3. Like, shit, now I'm back to where I'm started from. But then you finally gain some momentum and some traction. Even if you fall back, you still keep going forward. Which is funny because last night was a fallback night. So it was very, I mean, definitely karma played out within like a 24-hour period. Page of Coins. So this is news of stability, news of a brand new offer, news of, I want to say coming together, but it's not really. But that's what I'm feeling right here. I see 3 coins. 1 coin and another coin and then a 3rd coin. I mean, obviously. 3 people here. Maybe it's a partnership, news of a partnership, a work partnership, working in a group. Maybe that's why balance is important. Well, I mean, that is the graveyard. The graveyard. Think about it. When you are healing, you have to go to the deepest, darkest, most ugliest parts of you. And look at this card. I mean, it's like looking inside the nothingness of you. The shit that makes you nothing. If you know what I mean, like your greed, your lust, your materialism, your everything that you value that you know you shouldn't value. Maybe this is news. Maybe you'll get a text. Maybe the news is within yourself. I mean, when you're healing, that's a personal thing. And when you look in the deepest, darkest parts of you, again, you usually don't share that unless you have to because you need to write some karma. But this is about working with people. Maybe there's 2 people that you let in. Maybe let into the healing process. Goofy. Someone's goofy, though. I don't know. I mean, take this as it resonates for you. Energy is fluid, and it can come in many different forms. So also be aware of that. So we've got holding on. Holding on to the memories. Holding on to, I mean, this is treasure here. Are you holding on to money? Holding on to status? I mean, is that part of what the deepest, darkest parts of you? I mean, personally, I was not dealing with that. But it was with worth. This is worth. Maybe your value. I mean, that's where the root of any love comes from, is your own value, where you value yourself. You cannot love anyone else if you don't truly love and value yourself. That was actually one of the revelations that I hit up in meditation today, was people can only give you the amount of love that they have for themselves. And if they don't fully love themselves, then how do you expect someone to give you more than what they can give themselves? Serious. So think about that, because it really gives you an empathetic view to maybe some wrongs in your life, or maybe some, I mean, personally, I've had 2 divorces. So let's just say that none of them were amicable. And there's some things that I've needed to heal within myself about those. So, but I'm now at peace with most of it. Like I said, there is some parts that I still need to work on, but it's a process, right? So maybe this is about your value, but you can't be mad at someone else for your own actions, for your own. Every time you've stayed or done something for someone else, or you've stayed in situations that you weren't being, worthy, like no one gave you worth in, those were your decisions. You're the one who stayed. You could have left at any time, no matter what the fucking circumstances are. Because I'm sorry, but people have left with a lot less. People have left with nothing, and multiple situations, I mean, I've heard some stories, and it's amazing the strength you have when you actually want something. And that's what brings you justice, is to really, really balance those skills yourself, within yourself first. And it makes it easier to see what is balanced and not outside of yourself. It's hard to notice what is real, what is fake, what is thrown at you, what is made to look like they, like when people are trying to manipulate you. You can see all of that once you balance the scales within you. You no longer fear any of the trauma from your past. Like if you're ever like, oh my God, what if they do this to me because that's what always happens to me? Or this is what happened in my last relationship. Or this is, I got freaking stolen from and now I don't have anything and I left with nothing, like I don't want to go through that shit again. That was horrible. Those are real fears. Those are crippling fears that keep people from going in the direction. But when you've healed yourself, you know what path you have to take to get where you want to go. Like you see it. You'll see things will come at you, but you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, and we're good. How about that? Yep. I feel like at first you feel like you block a lot of people off, but there's nothing wrong with that if you don't see potential because giving your energy in any way takes from you. So when you give it unconditionally and in love, but you don't have to give it to everybody. And you get to choose who you get to give it to. That is like how we lift our spirits. And then we've got manifesting. What do you want? That's that question. What is it you want? What are you trying to heal from? Because I know I'm putting healing in the title, so if that resonated with you, what are you healing from? And then what is it you want? Because that's the reason you're healing. Is it love? I see a heart here. I don't know why that's relevant, but it could be work. It could be, these are puppets. It could be creative things. take the energy as it resonates for you. So we have a relationship, a foundation, or something stable. Anything that has 4 is usually pretty sturdy, right? 4 legs, 4 wands. Maybe you're passionate about it. Wands are passion. I think it's important that you heal the parts of you so that you can love, especially if this is love. Even if it's work, you will block yourself off from success, and you will sabotage every situation you have in love, in money, in family. If you do not heal those parts of you that is so fearful that keeps you from going forward, going down that path, creating that balance within your life. It's time to take action, buddy. It's time to take action. That is what time it is. Action time. It's going to take a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. That is the energy at the bottom of the deck. It's going to not be easy. It's not easy to see your shit. It's not easy to look back and be like, great, I was an ass. This is where I play a part in this. Like, especially when you're healing from something that you felt you done wrong, like been done wrong to, it's hard to see where your part in that was. But when you find out what your part is, and then you can look at the situation with empathy, then I think that's when you're ready to go down that path towards what it is you want. Because then you can give yourself fully 100%. Right? That is what I have for you. So if you like this and you vibe with me, my email's down below. So hit me up. And that's what I got for you. Peace, love, and light.